This is News 8 at Sunrise.
Good morning, just about 5:30 on this Thursday. Thanks for waking up with us for News 8 at Sunrise. Mark is off today. We'll get to those headlines in just a bit, but first, let's go straight to meteorologist James Gilbert for a look at the forecast. Good morning. Happy Friday Eve.
Happy Friday Eve to you, Leah. Did you get the seat warmers going this morning?
I don't even remember. That's the thing about getting older. I don't remember 10 minutes ago. I don't remember a couple
Everything's
hours
just
ago.
a blur.
I think I did.
Yeah, I definitely made sure to get them going. A little chill in the air. Look at Watertown, 52 there. A little bit chilly in the North Country right now. Rochester, 58. So we've got a lot of spots just right around that 60-degree mark. But you know, look at over to Detroit. What's going on with those arrows? Looks like they're going a little bonkers. There's a storm system out there that's heading our way. We could see some moderate to heavy rain, I think, for the southern part of the state. For us, we'll just call it just a regular old plain rain through the afternoon. Could be some downpours, though, I think, in the Finger Lakes. That lasts through this afternoon and this evening, and then cooler air emerges from it. Friday afternoon highs just around 70 degrees. So your weather headlines as we finish off the week. Rain today, cooler air as we get closer to the weekend, and a dry Saturday, not so much Sunday. We'll talk about the second half of the weekend coming up.
All right, the forecast keeping you busy. Thank you so much. New this morning, a Rochester man is in critical condition after a hit and run last night. Officers say a 53-year-old man was crossing Hudson Avenue at Dunn Street when he was hit by a car. We're told the car then fled the scene. The victim was taken to the hospital. Officials say he's in critical but stable condition. The investigation is ongoing, and anyone with information about this, you're asked to please call 911. Another man suffered minor injuries in a crash overnight. This was the scene on Main and Cascade in Rochester shortly after midnight. You can see both cars were badly damaged. Police say the 59-year-old man was turning left onto West Main Street when a 2018 Ford passed a red light. We're told the man suffered minor injuries and was taken to Strong Hospital by AMR for treatment. Police say those in the Ford fled the scene on foot immediately following the crash. This investigation also ongoing. If you have any information about this, you're asked to please call 911. Rochester Police Chief Cynthia Harriet Sullivan holding a news conference Wednesday to talk about anti-violence initiatives. This part of the conversation focused on the results from the new Viper task force, an effort with the feds to stop violent criminals and get illegal guns off the street. Sullivan says their efforts have not encouraged a blanketed police presence over the neighborhoods.
We're targeting the most violent individuals to get them off the streets, and they're getting arrested for those crimes. For me, the measure is how are we impacting the community? Are we lessening the shots fired incidences? Certainly.
The Viper Task Force is expected to continue for its initial 60-day schedule after police will give an additional update mid-September for what's to come. We'll keep you posted on that. We now know the name of the man who drowned while trying to save his dog in the Erie Canal. 36-year-old Michael F. Singer was fishing with his son and dog at the time. Witnesses called 911 after seeing him jump into the water after the dog fell in. Authorities were able to locate him, but it was too late. The man's son and dog, we're told, were not injured. The Senate voted to move forward on a $1 trillion physical infrastructure package after weeks of bipartisan negotiations. We've heard a lot about this. This proposal would require goods purchased by the federal government with taxpayer money to contain at least 60% U.S.-made content, up from the current 55%. The administration wants that increase to 75% by 2029. Both the president and lawmakers say this vote is just the first step in a long process. Well, during the pandemic, many families are struggling to pay their bills, and emergencies like pets getting sick can make it even more difficult. And when a local family needed 3 emergency surgeries for their dogs, they didn't know what to do. Carmela Boykin is live with how Rochester Hope for Pets came through for them. Good morning, Carmela.
Good morning, Leah. Rochester Hope for Pets served as a last option for one local family to save their dog. The Privateras had 2 emergency surgeries for 2 of their 3 dogs in the span of a few months, but when their 3rd dog, an elderly dog named T, also needed emergency surgery, euthanization was their devastating final option. Owner Lori Privatera says receiving the call from Rochester Hope for Pets was a blessing.
I don't think people understand. We were literally saying goodbye to our dog.
Lori Privatera owns 3 dogs. After 2 of her dogs got emergency surgery, her 3rd dog, T, was stung by ground bees. Financially, it became too much.
Because we had 2 dogs in a couple of months that had emergency surgery, and the cost is just so extreme. We couldn't get the extension, so it kind of put us in a place of, do we have to put them down?
But then she received a call from Rochester Hope for Pets.
And 4 minutes after they closed is when she called and saved him.
Privatera had applied for numerous dog grants, but didn't expect to hear back. When she did, it was emotional.
I don't even have words to say how grateful when you love your pets like your own children. You can't look at these little faces and say, okay, we don't have the money. It's time for you to go to heaven.
Coordinator at Rochester Hope for Pets, Krista Brown, says making life-saving calls is impactful.
The vet bill, so to be able to reach out and help families in that situation, especially during the pandemic, and families are already struggling, and just to be able to help them just a little bit means the absolute world to me.
Privatera says she's filled with gratitude.
We're forever grateful for everything that these organizations do to save our pets for us and let us continue to give them a good life.
And the call was made at the very last moment.
4 minutes could have been the difference with us saying goodbye.
And the Privateras received the Gray Muzzle Grant, a grant for elderly dogs. And Brown says since May 1st, Rochester Hope for Pets has been able to help over 100 pets receive necessary services. Reporting in Rochester, Carmela Boykin, News 8. Leah?
Such an awesome story this morning. Thank you so much, Carmela. Rochester Hope for Pets is a not-for-profit organization funded by private donors. Well, day 6 was a big day for the U.S. in the Tokyo Olympics. Matt Barnes reports from Japan.
Hello from Tokyo on an exciting day 6 here at the Olympic Games. Another great medal haul for Team USA in the Tokyo Aquatic Center. Let's tell you all about it. It all started with a thrilling finish, comeback victory from Bobby Fink in the 800 freestyle, making a big move in the last 50 meters to win gold in that inaugural event. And he wasn't the only one to win gold today. Caleb Dressel picks up his 2nd gold medal of these games, winning in the 100 free. Plus, Katie Ledecky wins a silver medal as part of the US 4x200 freestyle relay, and USA takes silver and bronze in the women's 200-meter butterfly. Another big story, COVID-19, as once again a prominent athlete tests positive. This time, American pole vaulter Sam Kendricks, a true medal contender, now put in isolation and will not compete. In gymnastics, the individual all-around competition for the women takes place without Simone Biles, but look out for Suni Lee, who is a medal contender. Still no word on if Biles plans to compete again in these Olympics. A busy Thursday in Tokyo, and we're covering it all in Tokyo. I'm Matt Barnes.
All right, Matt, thank you so much. Throughout the Olympics, we are sharing Japanese culture and phrases that you may see or hear during this year's games. Frank Buckley has more.
Hi, I'm Frank Buckley along with Yuko Kaifu and today's Japanese word of the day. 今日のワードは何ですか?
観客.
観客. What is 観客?
Spectators.
Spectators. To you spectators at home, 観客, I hope you're enjoying the competition. That's today's Japanese word of the day.
There, you got it? You making a list of all these?
観客.
All right. Spectators right now, what are they going to think of your forecast?
That's a great question. Hopefully they always love it.
Right.
I always love positivity. I shy away from negativity, Leah.
Right, I know.
Yes.
Because why? What's the point? Wasted energy,
There you
right?
go. Right, exactly. The atmosphere not wasting any energy with the rain on its way. Do we get close to the record rainfall? 7.58. That's what we've got for this July. So we're top 5 wettest Julys for the month. Could we be potentially top 3 after today? That's in the forecast coming up.
All right. Also ahead, another industry hit hard by the pandemic.